Hello everybody, I hope you're well. It's Debbie Ison here of Tranquil Awakenings. Sorry it's been a little while since I have posted a video. I have been very busy doing lots of other work. What I want to come on here today to do is talk to you about connection. Now, last night I was reading a Facebook post that one of my colleagues had put on just before I was going to sleep, and it got me thinking. And in this post it described an experiment with rats, and I haven't looked up this experiment yet to see the validity of it. However, I thought it made some really interesting points. And it basically described an empty cage where a rat was given 2 bottles of water, one containing drugs and one without drugs. Within a short period of time, the rat will have killed itself taking the drugs. And this was a model for addiction. What it then showed was somebody else that developed it, and instead they put interesting things within the cage for the rats. So they had other rats to play with, and there was lots of interesting activities, and they found that the rats didn't poison themselves in the same way. So it was showing the importance of connection. And this got me thinking about connection and just how important that is in our day-to-day life. And how much a lot of my clients have issues in terms of connection or lack of connection, contributing or exacerbating their issues. So I first got thinking about it on a social level, and I think we have very busy lives that sometimes we don't get the opportunity to connect with others. And because the way our society is set up, also a lot of the time the people that we are interacting with are maybe people that don't naturally resonate or who we would choose to interact with, say like our colleagues. We sort of get thrown together with other people, and it's a bit of chance whether we like them or don't. So I think that connection is really very important to find meaningful relationships. Relationships where you can give and receive love and support. And when you tend to have that, it makes you feel better about yourselves and you feel more a part of things. However, what also tends to happen when we spend time with people, because a lot of us are unhealed to one extent or another, we all have pasts, we all have situations. Quite often when we spend time with people, we end up getting triggered. And that's because they say or do something that we don't like. And sometimes those people are holding up a mirror to us. And actually what they're showing us is parts of ourself that we don't like. Either parts of ourselves that we hide and deny, or things that we do that we dislike. Now we have a choice with that. We can either choose to get frustrated and irritated with those people and remove ourselves from the situation, which sometimes is necessary, or we can choose to reflect on ourselves. And I think that's where this next level of connection comes in. I think sometimes we're very disconnected from who we really are, the good parts and the bad parts, that we tend to run away from those difficult situations and difficult feelings within ourselves, and we feel a lack of connection with who we really are. So through working on yourself, whether it's going to a therapist, whether it's doing some self-help, whether it's journaling or reflection, that starts to develop that connection, that more positive relationship with who you are, the good bits and the bad bits. And it allows you to start to progress to live your life in a way that's in resonance with who you really want to be, and you can work through things. So that's the next level of connection. And I think if you can do that, what then starts to happen is you connect at a spiritual level. And I think we, in our society, it's quite secular, often reject that side of things. Now, I'm not talking about religion here. I think religion is very beneficial and very useful for some people. What I'm talking about, however, is that connection to ourselves at a soul level, a deeper level of who we are beyond our egos and the personalities we've developed here, who we are beyond our beliefs, because beliefs are transitory. It's at a deep core level, what do we represent? And I think the more we work on ourselves, the more we connect at that higher level, at a soul level, to who we are. And once we do that, we begin to work out our purpose. And what I mean by purpose is our greater reason for being here that goes beyond ourselves. how we contribute to the world and the wider society. So when we've got that level of connection, what that then helps us to do is bring that back into those social structures to communicate and connect with others. And that's how we shift things. So just think about those different levels of connection. Connection on a personal, social level. Connection with your emotional self and who you are at this 3D level. And the connection that you have to yourself at a spiritual level. How they all interlink, and if you're disconnected in any of those areas. And if you are, just start to reflect on what could you do to allow that connection to increase. So if it's at a spiritual level, it may be that you wish to start meditating. It may be that you wish to go and have some healing. It could be that you pray. It could be that you get out into nature and reconnect with the world around you. If it's at that emotional, mental level, it can be looking at what you need to do to create those changes and shifts. Is it that you need to develop a new skill? And where do you go about getting that? Is it that you need to shift a mindset or a thought process? And what benefits will that give you when you do it? And obviously, if it's at that connection level with others around you, have a think about what you can do to make that more balanced and more positive. If you're giving too much, then perhaps your relationships are imbalanced. Likewise, if you're taking too much, they're imbalanced. So what can you do to balance those out and get some really positive connections and feelings when you're with and around the people you care about? I look forward to hearing your views about this. Please do like and subscribe, and I shall come back on here and talk to you soon. Have a great day.